Okay, my name is Nancy Adhiambo Adongo. I come from Homa Bay County, a place called Oyugis. The missing person is my eldest sister. She's the firstborn in the family of 5. Her name is Doti Apondi Adongo Goga. She was when she disappeared, she was around 38 years old, because she's born 75, and she did hotel management. Previously, before she disappeared, she used to work at Nando's. She started with Steers, then she moved to Nando's. That's when she lost her job. So the time she was before she disappeared, or she got lost, she had been jobless, so she decided to come back home. So by then, Nendala, Moro might lose, you have nowhere. Yeah. Then she was jobless. She decided to come back home. So coming back home, that's when the deceased Were found her home, because he was doing his campaign door to door. And he asked my mom, he was with my dad, and asked him, what's she doing for a living? And my mom said she's done hotel management, but currently she has lost her job, so she's job hunting. Then Were said, that's a coincidence, because currently I have some businesses where I can't concentrate on. I need somebody I trust and somebody who can manage them for me, because I'm on full-time campaign. So if she's okay with it, she can follow me back to Nairobi, so that at least I can, to Meru, so that I can offer her a job and also housing at the same time. She won't be paying rent, because I have a big house which I don't stay in. So she can live there. There's a houseboy with her alone. And at first my sister was so adamant, because being born in a family where but you've been in the estates and what have you, she's never stayed with somebody. So it took some convincing from my dad, who managed to convince her, and she accepted. Were himself is the one that provided the fare. So he followed Were after around 1 week. She went to Nairobi, then took a vehicle to Meru, which she reported back and said she arrived safely and she's there. She stayed there for 1 or 2 weeks, but she kept lamenting to my mom, because she's mama's girl. Like, oh, mom, my uncle, he's an uncle to us. He's the cousin to my dad. He likes having late meetings, which are so weird to me. Then my mom was like, he's a politician. Obviously, he has to have strategic meetings for his campaign. But at 11, 12, it went on like that till the 3rd week of her being there. She went quiet. She wasn't on phone. She wasn't calling. And being somebody who calls her mom 24/7, like, Mom, I've done this. Mom, I've done this. My mom became worried. And then she started calling us to start looking for her. Then we're like, how do we look for her? I know you guys are on Facebook, those kind of stuff. You can get her through that. And I remember my sister responding to her that, how can we look for her and yet she's offline? Normally Facebook, we use the same phone. Yeah, your daughter likes fasting. Maybe she's fasting and she's switched off. No, whenever she goes in her fasting, she normally alerts me. Then I gave her the advice, why don't you call Uncle, Mr. Were, and ask him where she is, because she stays in his house. Then he said, okay, let me call. When he called Mr. Were told my mom, my sister got a job at KCB Bank, Migori. Then my mom asked him, my daughter has not done any banking job. What job is she doing in the bank? Then he said, she's got a job there. My mom did not leave it at that. Then she told me, then I was in Asumbi doing some attachments. Then she told me, you are in Asumbi, why don't you go that way and go to Migori and ask? I went to Migori, I met the bank manager, who told me they've not had any new employees. He even made a call across to Nairobi, and he was told there is no new employment currently, and that even that particular name is not in their system. Even on those, they normally have these casual workers, even for the casual workers. So I came back, I came now home. Then we stayed with my mom for like a week. After staying with her for like a week, she told me, now I'm becoming worried. Then I made the suggestion that why don't I go to Meru? We find out for ourselves. Maybe she's just within Meru. So I made a trip to Meru. But by the time I was making the trip, Were himself was not around. He was in Oyugis doing his campaigns. So I went to Meru. Reaching Meru, I had a friend. She's a distant relative. We had spoken earlier and she was ready to house me. So when I went there, she said, I have heard that name, it's familiar. Let me find out where exactly he stays. Then I said, it's okay. So she found out where she was staying, and I went to that particular house. He gave me a cousin of his. He said, I understand that guy is you don't joke with, so don't go alone. He gave me a cousin of hers. We went with the guy. We went till the house. Going, I found a houseboy. I introduced myself, told him that is my sister, and she's been missing. So then he made a sarcastic laugh. Then he said, missing? She's just around. You know? Then I said, where? So entering this house, there's a wall unit. I noticed my sister's Bible just in the sitting room because it was written on the edges. It was a secondary school Bible, so she had it till that time. Then I asked her, even she left her Bible behind. I told you your sister is just around. Then I said, did he even leave her other stuff apart from her Bible? Yeah, in fact, let me take you to the room where she stays. And he said, I can take you around because, the power is off and the CCTV is off. I even asked him, why are you people putting CCTV inside the house? Is it a bank? Then he said, hapana, mdozi ndo upenda hivyo. So we walked. It was a maisonette. We first walked to the first floor. Found my sister's bedroom at the end of on the right side of that. I found her towel. It was hung on the bed. It was a double-decker bed. It was still damp, like it had just been used. Then there was a sweater top, a green one, and a truck. Then I asked, hey, when she left her clothes here and her towel is damp, is somebody using it? Then he made again another comment like, yeah, I told you your sister is just around. Then I saw her suitcase. I spotted her suitcase. Then I opened it and saw her clothes inside. I said, wow. There was a table there, like a small dressing mirror. Didn't have a mirror, but there was her creams, her makeup. It was just on the table. Down under that table, there was her shoes. Then I asked, did my sister leave her stuff? Then I even told him, can I carry them? Ati hapana, mdozi atanitetesha. In fact, hata hajui nimekuleta hapa. I saw he was a little bit panicking because atwende haraka, unajua huwa anatuma mtu once in a while kama yuko kuja kuniangalia because saizi anaona ni kama CCTV imezimwa. Then immediately I left that room. I noticed at the corner, just next to that room, there was a door. It was a normal door with a grill. Then I asked him, hey, kwani mko na security kali aje? Mpaka mko na safe kwa nyumba? He said, hapana, hiyo ni ofisi ya mdozi, yeye ndo wanaingia. Ni room yake, enda anasafisha, enda anafanya. Nikamuuliza, what does he do there? Hata mimi hata sijui, sijawahi ingia hiyo room, sijui ni nini. I just went. Then nikamuuliza, ni bedroom yake? Ati hapana, bedroom yake sasa iko juu ya hii rooms zetu hapa. Kaambia sawa. Nikamuuliza, na wewe unalala hapa? Ati hapana, muona pale karibu na jikoni. Mimi bedroom yangu iko huko. Sasa huko mimi wasikuji, nakuja tu nikifanya usafi. Then I left. I walked out. Then I asked him, now you're saying my sister is around, why in particular? He laughed again and said, yuko hai, yuko tu. Then nikamwambia, then here is my number, nipigie ukipata information. Just take my phone, call me if you have the information. Then he said, nitakupigia tu, but sina simu. Nikamwambia, shika credit, utaweka kwa simu yoyote.
Hold kidogo. Ndakupigia tu. Hapo tu hii light yangu inaenda. Ndakupigia tu tuende.
Okay. And akaniambia nitakupigia tu. Then I left. I gave him credit, money for credit, and I left my phone number. So the next day I was a little bit idle. Then I said, huku Meru, what do you guys do for ati hakuna? I called a former colleague, former schoolmate. Nikamwambia, niko around Meru. Naishi wapi? Tunaishi Maua. Maua to Meru is a distance. So I decided to go visit her. On my way there, I received a call. Akaniambia, mimi ni ule kijana wa Were. I wanted to tell you where your sister is, but don't come to the house. We fika tu hapo kwa mosque where he stays. There is a mosque by the road, and it's behind prison. So there is a mosque, prison, then his house. Then nikamwambia nisifike, ati wewe usifike. So umeona hizo makamera, siwezi kuongea na wewe tukiwa pale. Pale kwa barabara tutaongea freely. Nikamwambia sawa. So I was halfway the journey. I decided, apana, this is what brought me here. I told my friend I can't continue with the journey. Siwezi kuja. Whatever brought me here, I think I have some link about it. Let me go back. Kanambia ni sawa. I went back. Reaching, when I was almost reaching town, I called the same number. Then that guy told me, mwenye alitumia hii simu amekatwa amepelekwa hospitali kwa nini na pa polisi. So you know there's that long time, not everybody used to have phones those days. So I said, maybe this guy doesn't want to take the phone. Wacha nifike tu. When I reached, I took a motorbike. Meru town, I took a motorbike to there. It's just within town though. So reaching, I said, you know, there's that car fear. Aliniambia nisifike. So I reached, there was just a shop next to a few meters from the house. Nikafika hapo close. I called. After calling, I had the phone ring behind me because I was standing outside the shop. Then this person peeked through these small holes of the shop. Wewe unapiga? Wewe unataka kijana Were? Ati hujakutana na gari ya polisi hapo? Nikamwambia nimekutana nao kwa hiyo corridor. Ati amebebwa na hiyo gari. Sijui nini imefanyika, wamekatana ndani ya nyumba huko. Nikasema, now this is, nikamuuliza amepelekwa hapa? Amepelekwa district. So I decided to follow it to district hospital. Reaching there, I found some policemen with some two ladies. They had been bandaged their arms, but they were talking in Kimeru. So I asked a lady, what are these people saying? Ati walikuwa kwa Were, and all of a sudden there was slashing of pangas. They went to ask for a house to rent. I understand Mr. Were has rental houses. So all of a sudden there was slashing of pangas. Now funny enough, this guy, it's like something was cutting him with the pangas. He had the panga himself, but something caused paka his back. So these ladies sustained some injuries on the arms. So I said, all of a sudden I saw him being wheeled back to the ward. Then I followed him. Then I asked him, you told me my sister is Anganambia, where hiyo nyumba iko na mazinga umbwe? Kambia, how? That house is possessed. Umeona vitu zimenikatakata, nilikuwa nataka kuambia penye sister yako wako. Sister yako wako hai, yuko tu. Lakini, sioni kama. Naona vile nimekatwa. Ni sababu sikutaka kuongea. Nikamuuliza umekatwa na nani? Wajambazi ama ni nani? Hata mimi hata sijui. But lakini ulize, enda Meru town, place fulani utapata fundi anaitwa Silas. Anashona manguo, atakwambia penye sister yako wako. Ama information kuhusu Mr. Were. Akamwambia sawa. So before I went, I decided apana, this is something that now is beyond us. I went to the police station. Going to the police station, I went to report a missing person. So I found the officer that was in the reception putting back his firearm. Then I told him I have come to report a missing person. Akaniuliza where was she, how did she get lost? Nikamwambia mtu mkubwa kama huyu namtafuta. Huyu ameenda kuoleka. Where was she? Nikamwambia alikuja kutoka home kwa Mr. Were. Akaniambia hiyo nyumba tena. Hapana, hiyo nyumba imekuwa na scandal za watu kupotea. Mimi siwezi kuandika kesi yako. Acha nikupeleke kwa OCS. This guy took me to the OCS. The OCS took my case. He wrote the OB himself. Booked it himself, gave me the OB number, told me come tomorrow. We'll tell you who has your case, who is handling your case. So the next day before, when I was preparing, I received a call. It was the OCS. Atikuja hapa Mr. Were amekuja, anaweza kutuelezea zaidi. So I coming, the guy was ready to grab me. So what saved me was he was sitting on the other side of the table or sitting on this side of the table. The OCS was sitting there. And I found him reading my statement. Then I even asked the OCS, is this really legal, what you're doing? Because I don't think he's supposed to read my statement. ati hapana, unajua amesema ni political, how do you call it, political rivalry. Sasa nimempea statement asome ndio ajua kuna anything political here. You know, this guy took the statement and cut it into small pieces, then put it back into the file and threw it to the OCS and said, this is propaganda. Young lady, umekuja kuniharibia maisha, utajua mimi ni nani. So it was a throwback, anataka kunigrab. It took some intervention of police, nikatolewa hapo. So I called the lady that I'm staying in her house. Nikamwambia, hii na hii nimefanyika. Naambia, I understand that guy is dangerous. Taku mwenye aliniambia kwake akaniuliza tu, what do I want to go and do in his place? What you do, just walk a little, there's a distance from there to, just a walking distance, there's a DCI office. Go to the DCI office. They deal with thorough investigations. I went to the DCI's office. They listened to my case. They picked up the case. They started doing the investigation. After some time, they called me and told me the case has reached this point and we are taking the file to court. We want to get a search warrant. You know, we have to get something to base the case with. If we get even the stuff you are saying, well and good. They didn't take even 2 days. They got the search warrant and we went Pakawere's house. We're reaching there, he was called. Tuko kwako, tunataka kufanya search. And we need you. We can't do a search without you. The guy came, furious like a lion. Akauliza tu, is that lady there? Kasema, yes, she's present because she's the one that can identify her sister's stuff. The guy came furious and what he grabbed was his gun from his pocket, his waist. I can shoot you. So because there was a lot of policemen, they stood in front of us. One grabbed the gun from him. Akasema, I'll allow you to search this house if this lady does not step my compound. Otherwise, she steps there, we'll shoot her. The police said, it's okay, hataenda, tutaenda sisi. So I remained with some policemen, some went, including the OCS. Wakaingia, wakafanya hiyo search. They came back and told me, hatujafanya pata chochote. Kambia hata suitcase, hatujapata chochote. Then one said, maybe ametoa juu amejua, we are after him. Kamuliza, nikaweleza hiyo nyumba, kasema pana, penye ametukataza ni hiyo room yake, but the rest of the place tumesearch. Kamuliza, and that search is not worth it. So I stayed in Meru for like 2 days. I kept pressuring them. So the DCIO kept him. We are still in, the investigation is still on, the investigation. So while I was there, the lady I'm staying with had stayed in Meru for a very long time. So she was familiar with people around here. So one day somebody approached her and asked her, are you staying with a lady called so-and-so in your house? And she said, yeah. He said, yes. Why? Ati, ebu tell that lady to leave Meru. Ati, why? Ati, Were is really hunting her and I heard him talk with somebody. Aenda mtoi kwa nyumba. And this is somebody that comes to your house frequently. So, this lady called me. Akanambia, I need you to rush to Nairobi. Natoka job saa hizi, nakuja kukudrop stage. Something is not right. Where is looking for you? And I understand he's a very dangerous man. I said, why is he looking for you? Anasema unamsabotage. So I decided to leave Meru. That night, I traveled at night back to Nairobi. So I kept calling the officers who were taking care of the case. It just went like that. So I told my mom, hapana. Pia wewe enda uyugi so report. Because I've reported as a sibling. Sasa wewe as a mother, go and report. The next day, my mom went to Oyugi's police station, reported her daughter missing, wrote the case. The same way she was told, come tomorrow, we'll tell you the officer who has your case. My mom came back the next day around mid-afternoon, only to find the page, you know, the way they have the OB book, they normally record. That page was not there. She had the OB number, and the same OB number she had, another person had been given. It's like somebody transferred the page, the information on that page somewhere, but omitted the one that my mom reported. Then an officer, I remember, was called Chir, asked him, Mama, hii kesi, kuna mtu mnajua hapa ndani ya station mwenye anahusika na mheshimiwa? Then my mom said, I don't know anybody. Me came as a mother who is looking for her daughter. Kanambia pana, this has never happened in our station. This has never happened here. So my mom went back. Then she said, what do I do? Akanambia, sasa wacha tu tujue what to do next. So she kept back and forth, only to find out where his wife was working in that same station. By then, understand, she's in Kisii or something. She was working in that same station. So later on the Chirichiri officer is the one that passed the information. Ati nimejua mwenye alirarua. She called my mom personally. Nikamwambia najua mwenye alitoa ile information. Kuna mwenzetu mmoja ni bibi ya mheshimiwa. Na ni kama yeye ndiye alitoa hiyo kitu. Because cases watu wanapitia, ofisa ameruhusiwa kupitia ajue kesi yake ni gani. So it went on like that. So we had been back forth. Whenever we go anywhere, you find there's a blockage. One particular time I called the officer in Meru. You know what he told me? Madam, I don't want to lie to you. No officer is willing to take up Were's case. You either go to a remote area, transferred, or you lose your job, or you lose your life. These three things. So my mom decided to face Were on phone. And just called and asked him, please give me back my daughter. You're going to face the law. You know the way a mother can threaten somebody, you're going to face the law. Give me my daughter. Then he laughed on the phone and told my mom, hakuna penye utanipeleka. Oroho Juada is the internal minister, security minister. Hakuna penye utanipeleka. Tunakula sahani moja. Tumeoa place moja. Kuna kitu utanifanya. And that is how we went back, forth. Whenever you go there, unaambua, endo utafute obi ya Meru, endo ufanye hivi, go. So it was just like that till the cases just went cold. My mom went in depression till she passed.
Which year?
She passed last year.
Which year did Dottie get lost?
Dottie got lost in 2010 in October.
And now it's around 10 years.
15 years down the line. She disappeared in October 2010. Even the guy that had the information about my sister, I followed up and found the next day alikuwa ametolewa hospitali. He had been discharged. There's the mtu wa kilo wa the clothes guy. The tailor, I followed up while I was still in Meru. This guy I met and I told him who I was, and he called a certain guy who I later came to understand was where his in-law. He married the sister, the wife that died. Then this guy asked me, are you sure you want to pursue this case? Are you ready to meet your death? I prefer you let nature take its course, or if God can take care of it, let it be God. Because for one, Were is very dangerous. Number two, you'll either disappear like your sister or you will die. So just let it go. And this is somebody who I was told is Were's, the brother to Were, his wife, the one that had passed. So when he told me like that, I came back, told the same lady, told me I've heard about him, but you know me, I don't know him in person, so I don't know anything about Were and I don't know anything about his life. But the more people I've met asking about him, the more people have warned me, this guy is dangerous. Keep your distance.
Okay, so right now, do your family have any message or appeal you'd like to share with the public or authorities?
Right now, I know, and I've really known that most people fear. During my mom's funeral, some people hinted. You know, there are those die-hard followers of his. And there was a stern warning about border people passed across to Were, which made him not come to my mom's funeral. That he either produces my sister, dead or alive, or he doesn't state that funeral. So, you know, you have to send your diehards to go and eavesdrop on that. So some, I understand, were talking in the Kiwanja that the lady is just alive. The village is not mentally stable as we are talking. Till some of them said, sangemwacha tu akuja zike mama yake. Hata kama ni kumbeba tena mbebe. So we are just appealing because we know people feared opening up. Right now, there is no more fear. At least somebody can even tell us either if she was buried somewhere or she's alive or mentally unstable somewhere the way she was. At least we can have some closure, because that's the closure that my mom cried to till her death.
So right now, what support would you people need that will be helpful to your family?
You know, like right now, okay, assuming, because it's just assumption, assuming she was held somewhere, maybe in Were's house, the authorities have the mandate to even open up that house and do the search themselves and even find out, is she there or not? Just to, you know, the clearing of doubts. We want our doubts cleared. what happened, what really happened, because we are sure you can't, if he was, my sister disappeared, he can't be that he acted alone. There must be some, maybe he sent somebody was involved, because the sister I knew could not even leave her handkerchief behind, leave alone her clothes, her handkerchief behind. So we are just appealing, even the government can help us, because this is something that they've been keeping off. You see the cases that they've been covering up. Nobody's, even you're being told by a police officer, I can't take care of that case because that case will land me somewhere very bad.
So you can just put across your main request as a family right now, at least to help with the leads.
Right now, as a family, we are just praying and asking and requesting whoever will have information about my sister, please, because financially this thing has drained us. My mom sold her entire cattle had just because of this case, because when somebody knows you're desperate, this person will take advantage of you. Somebody will tell her, oh, I saw your daughter somewhere, I need fare to go. Right now, because we didn't want her hopes to raise her, so at times she could call my siblings, I need money in this, and we tell her, bada tuna pesa, we are looking for money. Then she will just take her cow, sell, just for the sake of that person to get that. We are just appealing. My mom, at least we know she'll have some peace of mind, because she cried even to her sick bed. She wants to see her daughter one more time. She wants her daughter to come back home. That was her appeal. She even had plans that, anajua kikuja nitampeleka ngambo, you know. We're just requesting whoever can have that information, please just come up and tell anybody. They can even come to you guys, they can come to us, reach out to us, so that at least we can have some closure, because there's a saying in Luo, better the one you've buried than the one that just disappears. Because we are sure she didn't leave the country. We went to the immigration office with her ID number. She didn't get any passport. She hasn't got any passport in her name.
So as a family so far, was her disappearance affair? How was the disappearance? How did the disappearance of Doti affect the family so far?
So far, in fact, my mom and my dad, my mom died in very bad terms with my dad, because to her, it's my dad who released her daughter. And then to her, you know, it reached a point, Mr. Were sandwiched my dad with the whole story. Till he made my dad, he was the bursary chairman. So my dad was not seeing beyond his nose, because he doesn't see. Then he was like, that's a girl, she may get married somewhere, she disappeared somewhere. So when my dad finally saw the light that now this is what is happening, you know, he opened up and told Mr. Were, where is my daughter? So after asking, the next time immediately he asked, he was fired on the spot. He found another chairman, when he went for the meeting and found he had been replaced immediately. He was no longer the chairman, now somebody else was the bursary committee chairman. So it broke my family, that I can't lie. To the extent my mom wasn't in terms, because to her she was feeling that, okay, this is, my dad is my dad and Mr. Were are first cousins. So she was feeling that your relative doesn't want to give me back my daughter. And you are not doing anything, because my dad is sort of soft-spoken. So he was like, you are not doing anything. You are not talking about it. You should be talking about it at all costs. You should be doing something about it. But he wasn't. So it broke them. The two of them were not that close. Anyinga longani Nancy Adhiambo, Adongo Goga, and the fourth in a family of 5. So nyaminomo lalne ilongoni Doti Apondi Adongo Goga. Nene firstborn in our family. So Ndalo Manolal in around 38 years, Kitchen born 75. So Nolal 2010 October. Koro Doti ne otimoga hotel management. To not yoga steers, then no move to Nando's. Nando's no kobudo. Then teacher Catherine Nando's ochungige. Koro no decide to duog dala mondo mi okony obed or relax mondo opar kako dwa chako kendo kech Nairobi ngima tek kionge tich. Koro in the meantime time manoduogo dalani ne Mr. Were ne timo campaign, koka nochako campaigns ge mag bedo MP. Koro no obiro to yude dala gi fadhina gi madhina to penjo ni nyako aneno ka un gi nyako kama kura koso ma ang'o ni ma to wendo mobiro nyarwa ni tich okethore ne omanyo tich moro to koni ni otimo ang'o, notimo gima kama sawa ambe sani amanyo ng'ama reliable manyalo konya rito businesses gan gi businesses kamero to sani gikethre nikech atimo campaign oko mang'eny to madhina koni koro ne dwa notimi nang'o, adwa nadhi andike tich amiye tich otina tachule to dak e ot for free, onge rent mobro chulo. To sister na ne hesitant ne chunye pek to madhina fadhina convince ngise na adhi dongo loyo bet nono olo bet dala ka ok bi nyalo bet dala pok ni dak dala your entire life. To yie to Were no wene fair kunene Bimeru this week antieka to next week, the whole of next week adok Meru. Koro tieko 1 week dala to dok odhi Meru. Kodhi Meru, in fact odhi Nairobi to kaw gige to dhi Meru. Kodhi Meru to yudo to bet gi Were, odak ka Were for like 2 weeks. On the 3rd week, I remember it was on a Thursday. Not the Mteja. Bang the Mteja, madhe gocho the next day on a Friday. To koni doti ne kuiwinje ta koni doti ta winje na de tin mi gocho ne ga doti nkech ngat manya gocho morning, afternoon, evening ne madhe. Ni akoni nda ngin mi wuoyo ka kode pile ni ayudo ka simbe ni onegi to okane ka onege makawaida. Ta koni gochna ne sister na Dorcas Nyangi mondo ipenje ane ni to kabo se winje seche moko se gochone ko gochone sister to sister nangise ni ano kanyeyo seche moko fast sister no ngise no kongeyo seche moko fast aero fast onego se ni odega fast to kona ngani mama ke be yuda a fast to madhina koni sawa. That weekend madhe beda paranoid to madhe gochone ne ngiso wani gimotim maina go ure Facebook unu jo Facebook maina go uru to sister nangise koro wamanya nango to simachel ngotiyo ge Facebook ni unu nge kako bro manye tangise ni gimetem gochne Were nigi simu seche moko lalo simu oonge simu Were nigi simu gochne mondo ipenje anene to nini ko gochone Were to Mr. Were ngise ni sister na noyudo tich Migori Migori nini KCB to madhe penye ni to tije bank ni an nyara no kosomo odhi yudo ni tich tinde yuda to madhe na penye hato remo kaya dhi ane KCB mondi penja ni otiyo kanyo koso kuti na sumbi by then taluoro ta adhi Migori ta penjo ka penjo to mayudo manager to manager ngisani gito pogi bedo gi new employees but we ogocha ne head office seche moko nitie branch moro motere kigocho to ingise ni gionge gi new employees to penje ni nying mane motiyogo to ngise na gionge employee manyinge ng'an kora ngise ni chakigochne Were ngise to Were ngiso madhena ni an mane kaka nokona kora anakia to madhena pressurize fadhini gochne ni to koro ambe nokona ni no dhi tich Migori to madhena pento dakise kona kichata manya ni an mane kaka nokona koro lengo tiek another 1 week to madhi ngise wachne kora neno kok ber tangise ni we adhi ane Meru, maybe she's just within Meru mondo wang'iane seche moko nodwaro wuok e odno koro ok tiyo gi excuse no. Koro I went to Meru. Kadhi Meru to adhira friend to house ko house tangise ni ngene an Meru kaki atamanyo ng'ama iluongo ni ng'ane to kona nying no is familiar and ja business con it's very familiar wabia penja ne some few people. The next day duogi information to ngisa ni ayudo Were to kadwa ni dhi kendi kaka bedo warned okadwa ni dhi kendi omiya kazi ne moro to wadhigo kochopo ka Were to ayudo houseboy kora an mana donjo ng'ano ngisa ni wariti yoko ka in case kikiumana at least kuna mtu anatetea mwingine tangise ni sawa kore no dongo oko tadhita the first thing mana donjo odni na spot Bible sister na e wall unit kanyo. Tapenje ni sister na owuok awacho gi chunya owuok to we mombe mumani ok owega chien. Tapenjo jatijno sister na olal to wamanye to nyiero to kona no lal una gadier no lal tangise ni olal to onyiero ile sarcastic laugh moro mang ngato mokicha to kona ni sister unity sister woko lal entie akone kare entie gige aneno ka mumbe we no nyaka mni kata gige no weyo gige nitie ka onge kuma gige odhiye entie to otera kuma sister na ninde to adhi tayudo ka olier towel wi bed towel ma white to lier sweater moro gi jumper gi sweatpants moro kanyo. Tapenye kwani entie ot ka kusentie nango kech ayudo ka towel ni damp. Tapenye nango mo towel ni ngich ngato ne tiyo go ni an kata malo ka okaidh gana oda room na ni piny kucho but jikon kuo kaidhega mare ni ka mar jatelo ni malo. Kangi on the other side the cupboard taneno suitcase ne ta yelo tayudo lepe takone to dong magi lepe ni mago gige dong angisi ni sister ni nitie. Bathe kanyo ne nitie mesa moro mane chalo dressing table aneno kuketo modhi to keto wuoche bwo mesa ne takone sister na spend a lot enyomo cream kendo nyanyo 3000 kia makeup kia ma 4000 onyalo we to wuoch ge to lepe I doubt. Tape no dhi gi bag mathini gimora mora nitie neno ka gige nitie ka ngise ni sister ni nitie takone ni to kono matek manade kora wuok ongisa ni ngeni kata jatelo ok nyal yena tim ni round CCTV mwanego emastimolal koro to koro konyal ti okonyal neno koro imomi ateri round but sister ni to nitie koro ka wuok to I noticed on at the end of that room, immediately after that room nitie at the end of the room nitie dot moro kanyo to ket grill. Tapenye ni kwani un gi bank e yot koso kano pesa yot mato kanyo ni ma office jatelo anoka donjega akia apendo teme yangu ni anakia gimote men modonjega kanyo kende to dhitako ni kwani en armed buketo nyaka grill nyaka CCTV e dot ni en kanyo maluoko ga kende okwaga pi oluoko ogo dasta kende kora nakia gimatimre iye kanyo takone ni sawa tawuok tadhi takone ni koro gimetemi ngisa ni sister na nitie ada mini namba na ibigochna to kona ni anaonge simu angise na raka credit be man tikete simu mora tigochona ke yudo information poda nitie Meru to ngisa ni sawa tawuok kadhi dokot. The next day I decided to visit friend na moro Maua. On my way ngato gochona oiji introduce kaka kijana nto ngisa na dwaro ni mondi bi angisi kuma sister ni nitie but kiki chopot chopa the mosque odno chiegni gi mosque chopa the mosque kanyo tirita igochna igona mani abro riti takone ni sawa kora decide nikech nan half the journey adogi kaduogo to angiso agochona mano tingisa ni kijana no yudo accident otere ka hospital gi police tako ni accident nade ni kijana no yudo accident kora maybe ngani okudwa tero ne kijana ni simu wadhi achopi koro ka chopo to boot shop moro kanyo tanen fear moro donjona tako ni kika donje we adog chien matin tachunge dukano tago simu tawinjo ka simu ywak ng'iya tagocho to ngani mako tawuoyo tawinje kuwuoyo togolo wiye duduka to misa dongin miko na simu ni akone ni kijana no yudo accident dongi romo gi mtok police ki e corridor street miluono ni mtokano emutinge takoni kona ngote more all of a sudden ni amba kia aneno maka police biro angate more kidogo kwa dingi to yudo ka kijana ni migolo kote moremo takoni waluwe anadhi anena Otero hospital mutere district ati district ka chopo tabet taneno nyiri moko ko bedo bandage to nigi wuogi Kimeru tapenyo ngata to kono anyirigi ogole odwere ko obeti ka ko bet gino lakini ngat machielo cha obeti zaidi takone ni bronene ke kalo kode kidogo taneno ke kalo gi kijana no tapenyo ni en macha ni mano jatij were taluwe nyake ward kaselo gi ward to aneno ukete kitanda taluwe akone kwani nini imefanyika to kono na wada ono nitie gi jochiende obeta angise jochiende mage mobeti jochiende nyalo beti ni an nyiri moko biro, ka nyiri gibiro to kona ni gidwaro ot. Koro awacho ni walu kodgi dhot machie tago dhot mabele. Kago dhot mabele ni tana winyo maka gik moko goya to peta to timana dako ni gigo dong timno mane movies mag Nigeria ni mazinga umbo iko kwa hiyo nyumba. Tako ni han giga kia. Anyway, angise nana do mangi story mar sister. Angise ni sister ni nitie. Depending ngato milongo ni Silas en fundi. Obro pimo ni wach were gi wach sister ni. Ong'e more about odno moloya. Tako ni sawa. Koro ka wuok ta decide wach ni koro wadhi ka police. Adhi a report ngich koro asemanyo gi tienda neno koko yudre. Kadhi ka police tayudo police moro ka okano bunde ne o wuok e store otero bunde. Tungisa ni rita mathin. Ko wuok oko to api angise. To konan odno kendo. Ando no kato ora sani to kadhiye. Kwese saina no sebedo odno mang'eny. We atere iri OCS. I report iri OCS direct. To tera iri OCS kwae obi book to ndiko. To miya obi namba. To ngisa ni kinyi bi. Iwinyi ng'ama nigi case ni. Kinyi ne kapo kabiro ka prepared. To go na simu. To kona ni ano OCS ma Meru police station adwari ni mondi bi. Were obiro ka koro biane mondo wane the way forward. Koro kadhi to were no bit behind a table. Bathe kocha cha table no genge nikech en gima nyaka idhir kokikal. To were na to chunga dwa graba. To ngise ni bed piny. Nyako ni Sabotage oseno kachako campaign nini opponents ga ore kiang'ango. Tayude koting'o statement na osomo. Ni mbele ne. Tapenjo yes, is that my statement? To ngisa ni mano statement ni. To akona ni mano ben legal adilo nego beno somo statement na. Ni nang'iyang'yan mono nikech owacho ni en political issue. Tangise na pana ma ok en gima right. To ngisa ni ngano pende wero kaw statement to kidho to ngisa this is propaganda to kaw to duoke file no kaka no ng'injo no to odiro ne OCS to chako koro chung koro en violent. Dong polisi moko moluong to gola iye ka to wuok ngisa ni to eni huyu hapa vita itatoka hapa. To ka wuok achungo ko mar station tagocho ne friend ma na odecha tangisa ni yawa kama utimaro ngisa ni wuok a few meters that direction ibro yudo DCI office they report adeta yudo DCI ma yudo DCI ma nentie kanyo ma report mo mi officer mondi ko statement na mo chako case na koro the file was open ngisa ni koro keke di station 1 gi case ni dongin gi obi number we'll work with that tangise ni koro gitimo investigation after some time after 2 days gigocho na gi manyo search warrant kagi yudo they're going to search that house. After the third day gigocho na ni wasayudo search warrant wadwaro ni mondi bi idhi identify gigo nikech onya yudo gik moko to akia wuon go to angiso gi ni sawa adhi station to walk station gi to police gi OCS aparo ni nyaka hospidi wadhi kawere kwa chope gate to gochne to penjo ma question nyako no ni kanyo ni entie ke kayode kanyo to police nyiero to kone ni bia ko biro to kon nena ni the first thing he did was to draw out his gun to tinga lwete to police oneno to chung ni abro shoot police moral woro gi ngem to kato mai bundeno kose mai bunde to ngise ni aya unu dodni with a condition ni nyako ne okdonje to wadhi nge giginade nikech ene complainants wadhi nge gigonade ni okodonje to police okoni sawa okodonje we wadonje koro gidonje to gibudho to giwuok na dongi police moko oko to giwuok ka giwuok ni to gidhi gibiro to gingisa ni okwayudo gimoro amora ngisi na unya ng'enade kata seche moko no neno gi to kung'e ni oyaw no room moro amora but only one room mongiswa ni that we cannot access koro we respected that ngisi that is not a search man ok en search gimoro amora even under the tables anyway acha ni mane kako decide koro awuok adhi adokot ka dokot koro I kept pestering them at the station aneno makagen relax hivyo tu at the DCI office hivyo tu gen relax to ngenga ma push koro after like 3-4 days funene ngama dago ni ogochona ni ntia otangisi it was around 4:30 ni aikre abiro kowi Nairobi tapenye na is there a problem ngisa ni krabro ngiso kadwa ngisi simu koro ko biro to ngisa ni ngato gochone openje ka bodak koda yot to ngise ni ye ne angote more ni o make sure na chopo Nairobi kata wuok Meru within 1 hour ko penye na ngoko ni do winjo gimoro ni were manya to he's using somebody mabiro ga odwa kanye to koni are you sure ni ye koro ko biro to nitie kijana moro ne jabiro go ken kijana ngama aged aunt na friend rani otera stage either mtoka I traveled overnight achopo Nairobi the next day the same person gocho na ni uko kwa nyumba tangise ne akwa nini ni anadwa teri mondo dhi chamo ringo dong nyaka ni bi Meru pok dhi chamo ringo tangise ne hansa ni sama wuoyo ne ase chopo Nairobi ya koka na se book nyaka ringo so I concluded maybe ngani mani bedo used mondo mi oluwa outside the house I think it was an enclosed house and friend anon and government official koro ne ode irito gi APs koro acho maybe no luwa wuoge yot mondo dhi yuda kumoro koro after that we kept back and forth to gocho nagi finally policeman investigate case nani ongisane neno ato kika wuondi case to one ga mesa to kumonya tere case ni yonge either you will be fired taken to a remote area or you will lose your life koro we fear ongenga kata OCS no kudwa mana DCIO kudwa mana ngisi but they fear akoni ama mumekula ongo ati hapana kuna ongo mtu hawezi kula ongo ya ujama huyu tunamjua atangi agocho ni madhi tangi sene mama kuma koro chopeni wase spend pesa twasete mango ebudhia ne oyugis idhi report inbe kaka meni nyathi mom
kapokini so mama ubeni bir fundi mano nyisi
yeah that fundi no na manyo by the way na dhi mamanye koro while I was in Meru mana back and forth and na dhi mamanyo nikech ne ngat ongere Meru town ka dhi nyaka kuno to apimo ne fundi no gima ndo ngizane nyaminwa ng'eyo no biro nyaka ka no kele gi were matwango ne suit a red suit dress suit skirt tangise ne tango no timo kone atsoch were okadwa pimo ne kan kenda waluong ni ngato to gocho ne ngato to ngano ngise no wamite hotel moro kwa dhi hotel no to were onene nani kijana ni ngisa ni anto wange were ora were keno nyaminwa no to but gimadwa ngisi kiero ngimani were gi watch sister nene kabisa kidwa dak Meru to daga to stoch were ga uai completely keche ide bra lal kaka nyaminu kati biro to gik mokari were gi stoch were gi watch were ne kabisa na ngisi from my perspective takoni koro kuluore kama koni anakoni nyaminwa to ma ikelo kama kaneno ne watch were koro okadwa kweri takone ya ma koro adwa konyara na ngwisa ne adhi ya mama Nyasaye bro kele kata obro apia ka ngima takone ne sa kanyo sa kanyo koro mai casto it didn't take some few days donge makoro ide incident mar threat cha ta wuok Meru koro
before this the sister nikinde mane communicate they no complain about anything
no complain mother na ngene mama's girl koro no gocho ne ga madhe to kono madhe ni no do wuok Meru to madhe penyindo wuok Meru nango nyatheni se tagrine manyo tich sani se bedo almost a year tinge ngama duong to ni dak nyake odo wadu to wadu ne nyathi kuome ni anadwa duogo nikech late meetings manitie wadne bwoga to madhena ngise ne dongeni mato ja siasa late meetings go maybe strategize kako do bedo MP ni hapana ma meetings yok kawaida koro nen complaints to be ni ngat mose lose job to inganga bedo gi ngama duonge dala kumodo adhi be onge alafu those days job hunting be no cute koro madhoko ne ang'e akineno kotamo wangi ibiro amua koro gimedwa timo koro after some time maseduogo Nairobi tagocho ne mama watangise ni ndi report Oyugis madhe the report Oyugis police station kose report ndikne obi ongise ne kuja kesho mami wabro mi police ongi case nene kodok kinyne to ngano ngiyo to yellow pages so ngamo yudo kanyo it was now a different person to pinyin insure nene report kanena report raba stamp tane no kamarwa obi namba ne moka ne book ka Mane shida man go kanene book kana kinene book nangu ni an gino kane book ka kabisa koni ng'iya nikech koro an kae mo mi otasne ta nonge kuma nyalo gole otasne. Koro bange police no miya number ne niluongo ni Cherchio kone ni adhi investigate kuma gini odhiye. In the meantime doka dala madhena dok dala. The next thing ani gocho ni to penye ni afanyo kuma gini nitie chiwere ti office ka to kadwar accuse ngato, but being ni chwero bed accused maybe onyalo yudo yo motampa nikech every police officer has access to bugni. Police officer mora manigi case onyaka ngi bugni minge ni case mane maango. Koro wayudo ka page no bedo placked. Matero ne nyaka osieso koni koro onge evidence, onge gimo nya timo. Wangise to koro mama manigi obi number ni wadwa timo nade. Koro noneno kagima there was back and forth. Oneno kagima osies ni boluoro handle case nikech ma case madil gi colleague gi chuor colleague. Noneno ka nen shaky noken gima oneno ka nitie lere iye. Koro police no gocho ne madhe na to ngise ni madhe watema but okane hope gi police station ka. To madhe koni nyara be no sa report Meru to ngise the same thing, onge hope. Koro anabro timo karang manya ko ngise madhe kinyalo temo kata dhi kuone moko machalo IPOA ginegi, at least inyalo mi kata response. To koni kuonde go be nyara osetemo dhi tingise mana ni dwaro B number to B number be no lalo ma Meru etc. Koro moko ne gimetim we but anokanya onge gima nya timo kech ma senior na gi colleague na to onge kaka nyalo kadho jatend la timo investigation behind his back nyaka kalel wete. Koro that's when we left. Koro it was just kwadhi kumoro Sabotage. Madhe no decide face were ne ogochone o plead kode ni miya nyathina kama kokamano to police will handle the matter. To nyiero to koni police waka police order anonge kuminya tera nikech oro jode sangena oro jode wachimo ge mesachiel oro he lamented about oro jode moko ne onge giminya kuminya ngine no ka police oluoro kata mulo cases ga onge police manya mulo case na. Koro madhena was in shock. Mama then after that depression no goe mokoro ne ngat madhi dende till finally she passed on last year.
Koro as a family benitio any appeal amugombo make kata share with the public authorities sani makoro wachni the accused bendo senindo.
One appeal went to first of all to the people. We know that nitiereje outside them and information. They know very clearly kata during funeral mother we had rumors ni sister wanitiema. Some of them even said dak na we obioik kata mamagi. Yani ji oknyal make statement no if they are not sure about issue no. Koro we are requesting they just come up and tell us we need closure. Yani kaka ne waiko mama we had closure, but manga muku yiko she just disappeared. Makiu she's supposed to be now the head, she's heading us to uonge okoto okiaka toto kodongima you don't know. Koro we are just appealing ngamongeyo okonyo. At the same time the government they have the mandate to give us that closure, get him investigation just the way they're doing investigation for his case. We too need that investigation. Wangene what happened? I know investigation can be done even 20 years 30 years and give anyalo timore. It can happen and they can still give us justice, the one we need. Pod wanyalo of that justice even that time, because even them just as a family of the family of Were, even them the way they need that justice, we too feel that we need that justice. Monomi wangeni to no lal angono timore what happened, because if it was a matter of she's somewhere being kept somewhere hold hostage or something, they still have those answers. They know. Ketangeni there is one or two people where had people he was working with. Nyalo mi work answers ni nyathino nene kama kata what this and this happened.
Karambia Melina Loma na put a message across and a job manager you directly. You request go concerning Laloma dot.
One request is just we need closure. Wadwaro nyathiwa kich it's been a toll and it broke our family to the extent my mom passed ko gibogi bobon kich no feel ni baba wa is not doing something ma what ne ma is the where is my dad's cousin talk okongise kumanya thiginitie odwani baba pressurize what ne mondo mi. Koro the family was torn. even up to now the family members still blame my dad. They feel my dad should have done something bigger than what he did. So we are just requesting mondo mi at least wide closure and catch. It's painful. It's a painful experience. You know, losing a loved one. TEK, it's different scenario. You'll mourn and then that period will end. But it's not easy. At first, father ni one-on-one giwere. Kichwere no says so I box musing is any your daughter is okay, your daughter is like this. Mom yenyaka teach. He was heading basari ma Karachonyo, Kasipul. Mano head nyaka basari ma area no. Koro immediately I think he got a wake-up call no penjo were. The next minute meeting he attended Marbasari, he found he had been replaced. But he asked him. Then there was now a gap between the two of them. Makoro nogi won kechkoro. Fadena nedwaro answers. Ningi sani nyathina nitie. It's been years and kanye. Where is she? Kechkoro pressure bene mount from Madhi. Koro wan kaka familia wadware mondo wambe omiwa, how do you call it, omiwa ratero mondo wambe be wabede kaka sani dongine no kaka sirikalo mako wach were ni motegno wambe wadwa wakwa ni gimbe gimeke wachwa ni motegno kech it's saddening kech ngatu kia kumodhiye to ng'amonindo ni emunge kumodhiye bomunge kumaintie to wan gi ng'eyo ni be nitie jok monge kuma notere kata kumaintie sani dhi igni 15 nikech nolal ka last bwana na inja 1 year sani inja 16 igni 15